Hi, my name is Citra LaRue, and welcome to my channel, Notes by LaRue, where I bring you motivation, encouragement, and hope, one note at a time. I'm going to be perfectly honest here. This is probably my 100th take doing this video because I allowed the very thing that almost stopped me from actually doing this video, and that is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of others' thoughts and opinions of me, fear of not being successful, fear of not being accepted, and the list just continues to grow on and on and on and on. Almost a year ago, I prayed to God as I was finishing up an entry on my motivational blog, www.notesbylarue.com, and I said, okay, God, I know there is something more that I should be doing. I always felt like there was something else that I needed to do, but I was not quite sure what it was that I needed to do. So, typical me, I went straight into prayer mode. And I asked God, I said, God, I know you led me to write this motivational blog for a reason. But I don't think that this is all that I'm supposed to be doing, just writing. I think there are other ways that I can reach out in hopes of bringing and drawing people closer to you. So, having said that, probably about a week or so, could have been less than that, after, I had been praying to God about what it is that He wanted me to do next. I got the idea of, or I should say, He gave me the idea of starting this YouTube channel. Now, at first, I was like, me? You want me to do a YouTube channel? Like, I'm good at writing. Just let me stick to writing. Like, that's my comfort zone. I don't want to get out of my comfort zone. I just want to write. I don't want people to know the woman. I just want people to know the work. I just want people to know you guys. So, sure, this is not something that you want me to do. But he persisted, and it continues to bother me about until I finally said, okay, I concede, I give in. This is something I want to do. Needless to say, I've had this equipment now for almost a year, but I never did anything with it. One largely in part because of fear. Fear that I would not be accepted. Fear that people would not want to hear what I have to say. Fear that people would think, oh great, there's another person trying to start a YouTube channel. But my agenda is different. My agenda is to give people the very thing that I needed years ago that I wish someone had given me. And that's hope, that's encouragement, and that's motivation. Just to get out there and share your story and let people know, hey, I've been through this. There's no reason for you to be in the dark. You can come out the closet now because you're not the only one. So you can go join the likes of others who have been through what you have gone through. I'm very vocal when it comes to mental health, and I'm very transparent now, although I am still notoriously private. But I'm transparent in the fact that I want people to know that, listen, I feel you. I hear your cries. I feel your pain. I understand where you are coming from and what you are going through or have gone through, because that's been my life as well. It's been my life as well. But rather than to sit and say, hey, this is my life, and ultimately this is going to be it for the rest of my life, I chose otherwise. I said, Lord, I just know you did not bring me this far just to bring me this far. There's just no way that you will allow something like this to happen to me. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to go through some pretty horrific things. It's not to say that you're not going to have trials and tribulations. You are. We all are. None of us, absolutely none of us, are not eliminated from having trials and tribulations. The thing about it is that when you are going through those trials and tribulations, who are you calling on? Who are you seeking for help? Who are you seeking to get you out of your situation? What are you doing to get yourself out of your situation? Are you just lying down, still, defeated, and say, hey, this is it. This is all I know. This is all it's going to ever be. Things are never going to get better for me. Or are you thinking with the mindset of, okay, God, I don't know what's going on, but you have me going through this for a reason, and I know your reason will not be in vain. All I ask is that you give me the strength, the courage that I need the faith that I need to stand on, and the hope to know, hey, listen, I'm going through the storm now, but at the end of the day, I'll eventually come out. And that's exactly what I did. This is exactly what I'm here to tell you all. Eventually, you're going to come out. Your problems won't last always. Why? Because they have an expiration date. Nothing's going to last forever, not unless you are willing to first acknowledge and give yourself those positive affirmations and say, hey, listen, I'm going through it now. I'm in the thick of it now, but guess what? I may be down now, but eventually at some point I'm going to get back up again. And that's one thing I always tell my students. It's okay to fall down just as long as you don't stay there. But it's so sad because a lot of people do stay there because the idea of getting up is very scary to them. So therefore they want to stay down. Because as long as I'm down here, I know where I'm at. I'm comfortable with where I'm at. But the minute I get up again, oh my God, I got to face my fears. I got to face my anxiety. I got to face my problems. Who wants to deal with their problems? Nobody. But I always say, hey, it's not the problems that we should be focusing on. It's His promise. It's God's promise for our lives. And God has a promise and a purpose and a will for each and every one of our lives. But the thing that you have to do, you have to seek Him for it. You have to go to Him in prayer and say, okay, God, what is it that you would like for me to do? And it's so funny, that I say that because whenever I get ready to put an entry on my blog, I always pray to God and I thank Him for my gift and my ability to write. And then I always say, Lord, what do you want me to tell these people? These are your people. What is it that you would want me to tell your people? Sometimes I can get it in a second, a minute, two, may take me 30 minutes, an hour. Who knows? Who cares how long it's going to take? As long as that He gives it to you, but you got to make sure that you are doing exactly what it is that you are supposed to be doing. Don't do like me. Don't sit around wasting time saying, oh, well, this person has started this, or this person has done this, has achieved this accomplishment, or this person, they are successful doing this. Hey, listen, it's not about this person or that person. It is about you. What is that you are going to do? You can't sit back forever and watch and see what others are doing and then start comparing yourself, because ultimately at the end of the day, we all know comparison is the thief of joy. And who doesn't want any joy in their lives? Who wants to be sad all the time? That was once my story. But I'm so glad that it has changed. And I will say this. I'm not here to preach to you, because Lord knows I cannot preach. I'm definitely not ordained to do so. I'm not here to preach to you, but I am here to say today this to you. Whatever it is that you want to do, get up and go do it. Time is not waiting on anyone. You can't have somebody to do it for you. You can't have somebody to want it more than you want it. You have to want it for yourself. And if you want it for yourself, and as long as you surround yourself with the right people, go to God in prayer. But first, believe in yourself that you can do it. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Like I say with my blog, I just give you the backstory on that. For years, I had been begging this lady. She is a prominent columnist. Has her own blog, successful blog. I had been practically begging that woman to allow me to write for her. I sent her sample work after sample work after sample work. Emails to say, hey, just call me, or just email to check on the status of what I had sent you previously. But I never got a reply back. Never got a reply back. I was so down in the dumps. I was upset because I felt like, hey, God, you gave me this gift. I really am an awesome and wonderful writer. Why isn't anybody saying this? Why doesn't anybody want to read what I have? Why doesn't anyone want to listen to what I say? I just don't understand. I'm doing what you asked me to do, but I'm not getting any doors to open. And it was at that moment I was in one of my favorite places on the earth to write, which is Starbucks. I was sitting in Starbucks and I was crying out, Lord, I don't understand why. Like real tears crying. I don't understand why this woman won't accept me or bring me on, as a columnist to her blog. And then it's just like, God said to me, why can't you do it? Wait, I'm sorry. What are you saying? Why can't you do it? I gave you the knowledge. I gave you the tools that you need to equip you to do what it is that I have been asking you to do, you do it. Don't try to worry and write it for somebody else. You do it. Why? Because I told you to do it. So there, I sat online and I researched how to start a blog. And one of the first things to pop up was WordPress, which is who I'm currently with my motivational blog. WordPress popped up, and I saw so many reviews and so many people. Oh, this is just a wonderful platform, for beginners to get you started. Listen, I did not know what I was doing. All I know is I said, hey, Lord, I'm going to do this. And if this is something that you want me to do, as I hear you saying to me, then you're going to help me to do it. I'm counting on you to help me to do it because I don't know what I'm doing. So I ended up coming with my name. I ended up buying my domain. And from there, No Spelling Root was born. Okay, so what do you want me to do next? I created the blog. What do you want me to do next? So, again, guys say, I want you to do exactly what I'm telling you to do. I want you to tell these people X, Y, and Z. And that's why I go back to say, before I write any entry on my blog, I always pray to God and thank Him for my gift. Then I say, okay, listen, you called me to do this. What do you want me to tell these people? And like I said, He always delivers and gives it to me. So I'm telling you today, there is something that God wants you to do. You know it is. Like me, you allow fear to debilitate you. You've sat on it. You've obsessed over others' thoughts and opinions of you, whether or not you'll be accepted, whether or not you're going to be successful, whether or not, who knows what excuses you've come up with. But all I'm here to tell you today is this. Whatever it is that you know that is burning deep down inside of you that you're supposed to be doing, do it. You're not hurting anybody but yourself in the long run. Don't sit back and say, oh, I shoulda, woulda, or I could have, when you can do it now. Start now. You don't have to wait until your hair is all dolled up and done. You don't have to wait until your makeup is flawless, your nails are done. You don't have to wait until, oh, well, let me put the right clothes, or, I got to have this certain look. Listen. Nobody's concerned about that. And if they are, then they're on your channel or your platform for the wrong reasons. They're not there to look at you unless you are a fashion channel. Then that's great because they're going there for ideas for fashion. This is not a fashion channel. I'm not showing you clothes. I'm not showing you makeup or the latest accessories or product reviews. What I am showing you is this. There is a will and purpose that God has you for your life. Do it. Whatever it is. If some people say, well, I don't know what my purpose is. I'm like, go to your Creator and ask Him, Lord, what is your will and purpose for my life? What is it that you want me to do? A lot of times we know our will and our purpose for our lives, but we're not going to do it. Like I said, fear, lazy. People come up with 1,001 excuses of why they can't do something when they knowing good and well that they can do it. They're just too scared to do it. They are too afraid of what people are going to say. And that is so sad to know that fear has that much power and weight over someone's lives when it shouldn't be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. Like I say, everyone has a will and a purpose for their lives. It's up to you to figure out if you want to know what your will and purpose is for your life. And if you do know,